guys, I'm back today with another video, and as you can tell by the name, it will be a variation on the palette tag. This is what I've come up with as the Pride palette tag, and I don't think anybody else has done it. This is just an idea I had a little bit ago when the actual palette tag came out. I had wanted to do a video anyway for Pride Month, and this just kind of worked out and fell into place. So originally, the palette tag was started by Allie Glines and Samantha March, both awesome girls, and I will link their channels down below so you can check them out, as well as their videos because they were really interesting, and I always like to see what people have in their collections. But more importantly, I want to talk about the reason behind today's video, because I know that there's a lot going on in the world, and I just wanted to explain to you guys why Pride Month is so important to me, and then also in general just equality, because I feel like it's a conversation that I need to have with you guys and just in general. So let's start with Pride Month and why that's so important to me. I had an uncle, and he was one of my very best friends. He was literally the person I would call when I was writing and I wanted an opinion, or I had something to share, you know, like a happy moment to share with, or a not happy moment to share. And he really was always there for me. He always answered my calls. He always listened to me. He always made me laugh. He always made me laugh. Like, my uncle was hilarious. Dude was funny, like super funny. And he was probably one of the most talented men that I've ever known. He wrote and composed and sang, and he was an incredible singer. His voice was amazing, and he did shows all around Michigan, and I wish I could be remotely as good as he was. I don't have it in me to create music. I wish I could. I can write lyrics, but that's about as far as my talent goes. And he could do it all. I mean, he could play piano, he could play pretty much every instrument, and you know, he did everything on his albums that he came out with. In any case, he was also very good at gardening. He had a massive garden. He farmed, he sewed, he cooked, he woodworked, he literally could do everything. He painted. Like, my uncle was extremely talented in everything. I mean, he wasn't just kind of good at everything he did. He was really good at everything he did. I wish I could claim the same, because I'm not. I'm like the jack of all trades. I can do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but I'm not good at anything. Or I'm not what you would call skilled at any of them. But he really was. And so the thing that I have not said yet is that my uncle was gay. And he was married to my other uncle for 25 years, which is incredible. Like me, I'm straight, and I've been married and divorced, and then remarried, as I am now. And this is a very difficult video for me. I look up to my uncle. I looked up to my uncle very much. Both of them. I love them. My one uncle is still alive. My uncle that I'm speaking of right now passed away. He had a double brain aneurysm rupture. He actually survived. He was told he would never walk or talk or do anything on his own ever again. And from that, he was able to reteach himself everything. How to tie his shoes, how to get up, how to use his hands, how to do everyday tasks that we take for granted every single day. And he was just an incredible person. He taught himself to replay the piano and sing, and that's when he started doing his albums and coming out with his own music, and I was really proud of him. The thing that really got to me was that at the time, this was before gay marriage was legal and before there were rights for gay couples at all. When he had his double brain aneurysm rupture, they were left with substantial bills, and because he couldn't be legally on my other uncle's insurance, they were left with millions and millions and millions of dollars of medical bills. And it really struck a chord with me, because I had no idea how lucky I had it just being somebody that was straight and never having to deal with the things that he had to struggle with. And that's not even talking about the hate that he received growing up. And when people, because it was different. It was a lot different. And it's not great now, but it was much, much different when he was growing up. It was just something you didn't talk about, and you weren't open with. And I find that to be heartbreaking, because my uncles, their love was so pure and so good. And I know this is going to contradict everything I'm saying, and I'll probably get some hate for it, but I do believe in God. But I just absolutely think that there is I think that there's nothing wrong with who you love being of the same sex. I can't. I never will. I looked at my uncles and I saw what they had together and who they were and the example they set, and I can't think that's wrong. I never will. And as far as everything else that Pride is about, people that are transgender, people that are questioning what, is going on with them, I have nothing but love and respect for them. I think that it's extremely hard to feel like you're out of place in your body or you don't fit in with people. And I've had friends that have actually transitioned, and I give them such huge props because I think that would be so hard. Now, I can't relate because I'm not transgender, and I've never been gay or anything like that. I've never been through any of the hate that you would get for those things. So I can't relate to it, but I give them my utmost support. I find Pride to be an extremely important month of the year. And with that being said, I also feel that equality across the board is so important, and we need to be having this conversation right now. Everything that's going on in the world after watching what happened to George Floyd it's horrifying. And for a long time, I didn't even know what white privilege was. And this is me being completely honest and transparent with you guys, because I was so privileged that I really just didn't know what it was. And it's really hard to admit that, because it's hard to say, hey, I was in the wrong. I didn't see what I was perpetuating by not acknowledging the things that I get every day just because I was born a different color. And I went nothing more than just to say that I find everything that is happening to people of color wrong, and I feel the same way about people that are transgender, people that are gay, people that are bi, people that are anywhere in, I don't care what religion you are, I don't care what color you are, I don't care what any of that. It does not matter to me. I love people. I even like people that are kind of mean to a point. But I just want everybody to know that I'm with you as much as I can be. I know I can never understand what you are going through or the struggles that you face every single day, getting up, being scared to do normal things that I've never had to fear. And I want to put down some links down below in case you want to share some support with these same kinds of groups, that you can do that. You can sign petitions. If you're able to donate money, you can donate money. Whatever you can do to help everybody else, because more than anything, we're all people. I know you guys have heard it. You guys have heard it from other people. I'm not the type of person, I can't stay quiet. This channel is for makeup. It's for trying different products and all kinds of stuff, but I can't stay silent about it. That's just not who I am. So as much as this is a release and a way to put these things out of our mind for a while, it's not so that we can be ignorant and close our eyes to everything that's happening. It's so that we can have a little bit of time where we can decompress and have fun together. And when we have to go back to the world, hopefully we have had enough fun and just decompressed enough that we can handle it. Me, I can't. But I've been trying. It's very hard for me to watch the news because I have anxiety and panic attacks, and it does like bad things to me physically because of my illnesses that I have, but I can't turn a blind eye to it. I can't. I feel like it is the wrong choice. It is the wrong thing to do as a human, and I hope that you guys will agree with me. And if you don't, that's okay. I can't make people agree with me. I can't make people agree with each other, but I accept you even though you may not feel the same as me. So in any case, without further ado, am going to do this video, but I want you guys to know, even though I may not talk about it every video, it is on my mind and it's in my heart, and I think about everybody and I pray for everybody every single night. Prayer is important, but so is words, so is speaking, so is having a dialogue with others, and that is so important to me that I just had to do that today. I know this is specifically a Pride tag video, but I hope nobody minds that I also talk just in general about equality, because it is so important that we talk about it and that we make this change. It isn't something that we should sweep under the rug and just leave for another generation and leave for another family to lose someone. It's not right. If that were my child, if that were my dad, if that were my friend, if that were my brother, how would I feel? How would you feel? It's not right. There needs to be due process, and if there can't be, then they shouldn't be in power. I just said that. Oh my gosh, I'm going to get taken down. But there needs to be due process for everybody of every race, of every color, of every religion, of every sexual orientation, of every single background, walk of life, you name it. That is what the judicial system is supposed to be for. And that is what police are supposed to do for us. We may not... And what they're supposed to do for us. We give them that authority. And it needs to be fair. And it needs to be just. And across the board. Otherwise, what do we have this system for? In any case, I know this is really, really heavy to start a video. But, without further ado, I guess let's go ahead and get into the palettes. Hi guys, Editing Jacqueline here, and I just wanted to let you know that there's not a good way to transition from that conversation into the video. So I apologize. Please don't take anything that I'm trying to make light of the situation that's going on. I just really didn't know a good way to transition from the conversation that I had to the video that I made. So it's awkward. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say about it, but please bear with me. I take a break before I even go to the palettes, so total different jump in state of mind. So hopefully that comes across. Okay, I took a minute to kind of calm myself, and now that I'm there, I'm going to do my version of the palette tag as the Pride palette tag. Each one of these palettes that I'm going to show you guys is my favorite from a color category. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink, and then a rainbow. So, with that, the very first one that I have is the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette. It is, as you can see, very red themed. When you open it up, I know you guys have seen it like a million times, but I can never open this thing. I think I just jabbed my finger in it. It's kind of a little bit more pink toned, I suppose, but for reds and packaging in general, this is what I think of when I think of a perfect red palette. Sorry guys, I know it's not a perfect red palette, but this is what I think of. Immediately when I think of a red palette, my head goes here, and it is just a very beautiful palette, great shades, good quality, really enjoy it. You can still get your hands on it. He has discontinued some of his palettes, so I don't know if this will be one of those to go, but if you haven't gotten it, I thoroughly suggest you check it out. It is a very nice one. The next one I need to be careful with because I broke it. This is the Sigma cor-de-rosa palette. It looks like at first glance that it would be a very pink palette, but on the eyes this is orange. There is not a world that you will live in that this will come across as pink. It's a lie. It's all a lie. But it is a stunning palette. Just the colors and the way you can get looks with it are gorgeous. Sigma is highly underrated, and I sincerely suggest if you have not checked them out to definitely do that. They usually have some pretty good sales going on, and so you can, you know, save 25-30% off of palettes of, I'm just saying, give it a shot, check them out. They're really, really nice. For the yellow palette, this is one that I am really, really enamored with. It's a really good palette. It's good quality, and I hated it originally. When I saw the, like, design for it, I was like, no. And I've told you guys this before, but this is the Urban Decay Naked Honey palette. First of all, the outside, super pretty. The inside kind of has yellow and orange tones in it. Honey tones, if you will. And for me, this is a great yellow palette. I wish that there were more like blatantly yellow shades, but I'm happy with it. The yellow lover in me is totally okay with that. The quality is good. The shimmers are wonderful. The mattes are wonderful. I don't think you'll be disappointed. A lot of times you can find this on sale now, so that is a plus as well. So if you see this, snag it up. It is worth the money. The next one is a green palette, but with a twist. Because you guys know I have a metric crap ton of green palettes. And when I say metric crap ton, I mean, you know, you've seen it. I got some problems. But this is my absolute favorite because I made it myself. It is the Sydney Grace Singles, which you'll see I also have some yellows in there too. So that's okay. We could consider this the yellow and green if you wanted to. But for me, every green shade that I could ever want is right here at my fingertips. And it's gorgeous. For Sydney Grace, they just have some fabulous mattes. Their metallics are out of this world. They're like, they're on par with Pat McGrath. Like, the metallics she has in the Metamorphosis palette, or even Decadence, these to me are just as good quality. I actually have a video, I'll link it down below, of all of my Sydney Grace single swatches. Say that like 10 times fast. I can't do it. Anyway, I'll have that link down below so you can check them out and see what you think. The hand flourishes, they're a real thing. So this is my personal favorite green palette. The next one I have is probably no surprise to you guys in real life, just because it's the most blue palette out there. Now, there is the color plop Blew My Mind or something like that, but I didn't get it because I had this. And this is the Jeffree Star Blue Blood palette. Packaging is, I mean, it's unique. That's all I can say. But this is the inside. I know you guys have seen it on my channel before. It is a really great blue palette. If you are looking, sorry, my craft / makeup room is a mess again. I just cleaned it like a month ago and it was spotless, and now I'm like, it's trashed. Anyway, I just feel like if you are looking for great blue shades that perform really well, this is it. You will not be disappointed. The matte shades are great. The nude shades, the neutral colors, so good. So good. Check it out. The next one is my purple palette. And I vacillated between the Bloodlust palette and this one. But I already had 2 other Jeffree Star palettes in here, so I figured, okay, come on now. We gotta pick something else. And this is a great choice, too. So that is my Natasha Denona Lila or Lila. Somebody please tell me how to pronounce this, because I sound like an idiot. Please, somebody help me out here. But that is the Lila or the Lila palette. And it's got some gorgeous purple and pink tones. And then even some gray purple tones. Some gray purple tones. And just a really interesting array of colors in here. So if you're looking for something purple, this is very nice. I did also see, and it's not out yet, but Urban Decay has a palette coming out. It's like Urban Decay Amethyst. Maybe it's not Amethyst. I don't remember what it is. But it's purple. Me, I'm not getting that palette. I think it doesn't really make sense for the Urban Decay Naked line. Like, they should have just done it as a different thing. But that is not me. I do not work for them. So that's just my opinion. In any case, lovely. The metallics in here are just gorgeous. That was so creepy. Gorgeous. My face. There you have it. The next palette I have is my favorite pink palette. This was tough because I actually had a couple. But then I was like, okay, no, I really dig this one a lot. It works so well. Probably, you know what? I'm going to say this. For a long time, and I still feel like this might be tied with my favorite matte formula. My favorite being, no, I've got 3 favorite matte formulas. I've got problems. I can't choose things. Decisions are hard. But it would be either Makeup Geek's matte formulation, Sydney Grace's formulation, or Charlotte Tilbury. She's got some great matte shades, like primo. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Instant Eye Palette. Did I call it the wrong thing? No. Okay, thankfully I didn't. But it is just beautiful. Like, if you are looking for a neutral, everyday palette that you can actually add some pops of color to, lovely pink pops of color to, this is your girl. Like, she is just a beautiful palette. Even the shimmery colors are a little bit more punchy than normally that you would get from Charlotte Tilbury, because I feel like hers can be kind of subdued. But this, very pretty. The packaging, come on, like, that is gorgeous. That's what I want to carry with me. No, it's not, because I would break it. I am klutzy. I break stuff, I drop stuff. It just is what it is. Gravity is real for me, and yeah, that's it. Okay, the very last palette that I have here is a colorful palette that I think embodies the whole rainbow pretty much. Now, originally, I had done a video, my palette tag video. I had put one palette as my most colorful, but then I got to thinking about it, and I realized that maybe for like my most rainbow-filled palette, that the answer was the Melt Radioactive palette. Now, this is more of a neon kind of version of it, but it has all the colors of the rainbow. Okay, it doesn't. I mean, I'd be looking for... I'm still like, the rainbow, yes, but you could add like black, white, brown, gray, and then you'd have all of the rainbow. And like a red. I don't know why I'm tearing this apart. It's colorful. It reminds me of all the things put together. It's super happy. Like, you can't look at this palette and not be happy. It's so bright. It's so bubbly. It just puts me in a good mood. I love looking at makeup. I clearly have a problem with that. Anyway, so that is the Pride palette tag. And maybe that's really lame that I did it like this, but I thought, oh my gosh, what would be a great way to incorporate Pride besides doing an eye look? Because I'm going to be honest, I am just terrible trash at doing like multiple colors together. I wish I had that kind of skill or talent. I don't. I just don't. I never will. I am not... I love bright colors. I like colors in general. I like mixing colors, but I just feel like I don't do it as much justice as so many people that are actually talented out there do. So I wasn't going to waste your time trying to put together some kind of eye look that was going to look like, ooh, this girl just dumped like a whole box of crayons up on her face, which would still probably look better than what I'd come up with. So this was what I thought of. I hope it's not too lame. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, just make sure you give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, subscribe, and ring the bell for future updates. I'm really sorry about how heavy the first half of this video is, but to be honest, that's real life. And as much as we like to come here and anywhere, not maybe just here, but on YouTube or in your favorite form of social media escapism, which is what I do, we can't turn a blind eye to what's going on in the world, and I hope that you guys will still like me, or maybe if you don't, that's okay. I get that. You can't like everybody, and not everybody can like me, and that's is what it is. But I hope that the links will help in some way, and, you know, get the word out there, and let's just like each other. Let's like each other, let's support each other, let's lift each other up. Let's work together, because that's the only way things can change, is if we're all together on this. Just saying. I feel like High School Musical right now, but that's okay. That's okay, because I absolutely mean it. Anyway, you guys have a great day. Everybody please be safe, and I'm thinking about everybody and I'm praying for everybody. Bye.